Right, general knowledge quiz time. What is the name of that 1980s hit TV series starring Gavin van der Berg? Come on, you guys must know the answer. You want a clue? Okay, I'll give you another one. Richard van der Westhuizen's musical score was a massive hit. See, it was that simple. You don't need to wear khaki or snort witblits to know the answer. It was a real South African classic, Ballade vir 'n Enkeling. At the same time, Honda and South Africa had a real hit of their own with Ballade vir Elke Man. Honda is to the SA car segment what I guess Toyota would be to our bakkie market, known for longevity and reliability. And this for me is very important when considering the price-sensitive buyer in the segment, and it's probably the Ballade's biggest selling point. The challenge? Choice. Honda has always appealed to the more sensible older buyer out there who puts more value to practicality and space and reliability. The question therefore, can the new Ballade appeal to the more I want sexy, image-conscious younger buyer? The new Ballade is 45mm longer, while the wheelbase has increased by 50mm. This means shorter overhangs, which gives the car more presence, while the new shoulder line gives it more definition in profile. So the improved dimensions, slightly longer, a little bit higher, certainly have done their part in improving the styling of the Ballade. But for me, the Japanese engineers have done a great job when it comes to utilization of space. The boot is now 536 litres, which is very impressive in the segment. But that 50mm increase in wheelbase has done a lot for the rear passenger space. What is impressive is this. I mean, take a look. I'm in my driving position. There is tons of rear legroom, lots of headspace as well. And I guess this is what you get when you have an older, safer style sedan with no sloping roof that really makes accessing the rear a bit of a problem. It is a very comfortable interior. A couple of things that South Africans might be a bit put off by is that there is no leather option, but in this segment, I don't know if that's really going to be a deal breaker. This car isn't built in Japan, and even though it feels solid and really well put together, there are a couple of things that are really irritating. Like, have a look at this. This just seems a little bit cheap and nasty, not well put together. And you open the center little glove compartment and you find this. I don't know, it's like a toupee that somebody just forgot to stick into place. Those are little things that you don't expect from Japanese Hondas. What you do expect from a Honda, irrespective of where it was built, is a top-drawer driving experience, and in this regard, traditional Honda buyers will not be disappointed. The electric power steering is the same as in the previous model, but the motor has been moved closer to the wheel for improved feel. In terms of power and torque outputs, the 1.5-litre engine remains unchanged, although it is more responsive and sips less fuel. It could have sipped even less had Honda opted for a 6-speed gearbox. As it stands, the gear change is slick and precise, but with only 5 ratios at hand, the engine can be a bit noisy at speed, something which may have gone unnoticed had the cabin not been so refined otherwise. Very, very nice. The steering wheel straight out of the Honda Civic, which we love. So that's a nice touch. Obviously, it's standard when you're in the Elegance model, which is the top spec that we're in. There's also the trend line, which simplifies things quite a bit, but nice having all the displays, multifunction, cruise control, everything is on your steering. Very cool. In terms of layout, I like it. It's very, very simple. I like they've brought in this very high gloss black. The only thing I don't like, which we seem to see with all these cars being made in India at the moment, this, I want to look like I'm metal, but I really am just very poor, hard plastic. It really spoils the interior for me a little bit. But all in all, people aren't going to object or complain about it. They really are focusing on the younger buyer. I mean that when I look at the big touchscreen that they now have. The infotainment system is standard on the Elegance, and it really is cool, super intuitive, and it couples in really beautifully to the fact they've got 2 USB ports, they've got an HDMI cable, and they've also got a traditional power output. So you literally can turn your Ballade into your home entertainment theatre. It really is well thought out, and I think that is going to be something that'll be a big selling point for Honda, appealing to the younger buyer. South Africans, we are a loyal bunch, and a name carries a lot of weight. Think about VW and their Passat. The new car is brilliant, but South Africans are still hanging on to this negative image from the past. It's something that should be long forgotten. Honda South Africa were very clever reintroducing the Ballade into South Africa 3 years ago. They could have gone with its global name, the City, but the Ballade carries a lot of weight with the South African consumer. So the new Ballade certainly presents a strong case for the younger buyer with its improved styling, its touchscreen infotainment system, and of course that refreshed interior. Put on your sensible cap and it's really tough to argue against the Ballade. Vehicle stability control, standard. Spacious interior and a massive boot. Great chassis, and then of course there is that bulletproof 1.5 litre VTEC engine.